Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. One of the big rumors that's floating around wrestling as of right now is AJ Styles heading to WWE? AJ Styles' contract expires in January after the big Tokyo Dome show, which is known as Wrestle Kingdom 10, where he's going to be taking on Nakamura in one of the most anticipated matches that we've seen in New Japan in quite some time. AJ Styles has been blowing people away. I'm sure that he's been with New Japan for, I believe, 2 years now. I think he made his debut shortly before WrestleMania 30. Or maybe he made his debut on the show that was WrestleMania 30 weekend. And that was a real big deal because he had left TNA. A lot of people thought that either he would return to TNA after taking some time off, or maybe he would wind up in WWE. At that time, WWE was offering AJ Styles just these very low deals, and TNA was doing the same. AJ Styles was looked at as one of the best wrestlers that there was in America at the time, but for some reason they just really didn't see the appeal, and TNA was just really needing to cut costs with so many performers that were making big deals. At that time they had let Hulk Hogan's deal expire, and Hulk Hogan had left and he was gone to WWE, and they were looking to cut more. As you've seen in the last 2 years, TNA has pretty much killed off just about every big star that they've had other than Jeff Hardy. The Dudleys are now in WWE. James Storm and Austin Aries are both on the independents. They've got Bobby Roode. They've got Eric Young. MVP was let go. They don't really have the big star appeal that they did at one time. AJ Styles in the last 2 years has really stepped up his wrestling game. He's been the champion over there in New Japan, I believe, twice. The number could possibly even be 3 times, but he's really become one of the best wrestlers that there is in the world. His game just was strengthened so much by going over there and wrestling on these tours. There's things that AJ Styles likes about working in Japan that I don't know that he would be able to give up. I'm sure that he hates the travel about going over there and having to be away from his family for the lengthy amounts of time. But I'm sure that once it comes home, he has enough downtime to go out and still be able to work indies to make more money that he likes. So there's definitely a plus and there's definitely a minus. The rumors were started basically by WWE tweeting out about AJ Styles' time working for WWE as enhancement talent in 2001 and 2002, talking about the fact that he wrestled the Hurricane Shane Helms, which I believe was on one of the C or D shows. Velocity, I believe, is what it took place on. I'm always going to say that I would love to see AJ Styles come work for WWE. I'm not quite sure that I want NXT to become just this place for guys like Samoa Joe and James Storm. I don't want this to be the graveyard of TNA superstars. I want NXT to be fresh blood, where I can go and I can see guys like Finn Balor, or I can see guys like Jordan and Gable, guys that I really like, that I think that once they make the jump to WWE could really make an impression on Monday Night Raw and pay-per-views as well as SmackDown, making the program more, of a wrestling-based television show that people really want to be a part of. If I was to make a bet right now on AJ Styles crossing over for New Japan and going to WWE, as of right now, honestly, unless he just wants to be based out of the United States and be at home, WWE is going to be working him a lot. He's going to be one of these guys, unless he gets a deal like the rumored Alberto Del Rio deal, which really changed the face of WWE contracts. He got a very high, I guess you can say, guaranteed contract. They always call them downside guarantees, so it's like at the least he's going to be making. Some people have said that the Alberto Del Rio number is higher than it honestly is. It's been debated back and forth. The one thing that's not been debated is it's not that many days where Del Rio's not going to be one of the high-profile guys going out there on the road. But I think that WWE really learned that they need to have a Mexican star on their roster for when they go on their Mexico tours, because they had to pull Undertaker out of the graveyard in order to sell tickets to the Mexican shows. AJ Styles is one hell of a wrestler. I would love to see him, but I just don't see him making the jump. I think that he's got a great run going right now in New Japan. He's able to come back. He's able to work independence. He's able to work for Ring of Honor. I think that he's really in a place where I think he's having some of the best matches of his career. He is up there in age. I think he's 37, maybe 38. I could be wrong on that. But I remember when he was coming out of TNA, for some reason I thought he was 36, and some people thought that they were going to send him to developmental. It might take him 2 years, so by the time he'd actually be on the roster as a WWE main guy, you're 2 years down the road, you're 38, and then really how much time do you really have left in the wrestling business? WWE really missed the boat on AJ Styles. Who knows if he'd be able to go to NXT and the Performance Center and learn the WWE style of wrestling and then go on to still have the same quality of matches on the main roster. But we all can hope and wish that it really was. AJ is one hell of a wrestler, and I think if he did come to WWE, it would work out. But I don't know. As of right now, I just don't see it happening.